4, 3, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Angie. So today, this video is going to be about how I was able to braid my hair myself. And it only cost $17 and I think 93 cents, something like that. And also how I was able to make this little cute headband. So if you are interested in the details, keep watching. As always, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you next video. Bye. So my hair is in 4 sections. I'm going to start on this section first, and I will be using Q Volume 3 times Jumbo Braid. It's in the color 1B, and of course it's Kanekalon. And that's what I'll be using to braid my hair. Some people like to treat the Kanekalon in some vinegar and water to cleanse it before they braid their hair, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut exactly through the center because that gave me the desired length that I was looking for. Now, I'm going to use this to braid up the back. Now, it's pretty difficult to explain how to braid, but notice that I took 2 pieces and I wrapped them around each other to form 3 pieces, and then I just braid up the centerpiece. I align it with the centerpiece of the 2 braid pieces that I made, and that's how I braid and make sure it's tight at the roots. And I just braid my hair all the way down. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I'm going to try to slow it down to give a better explanation of how I go about braiding my hair. So yeah, so here is a closer view. I take 1 piece and I break it up into 2 pieces and wrap them around each other to form 3 pieces. And I'm holding the centerpiece with like my middle finger. This is what works for me. Then I attach it to whatever section it is that I'm trying to braid, and I just do my normal braiding. And I try to be as tight as I can on the roots because that's the only way it's going to stay. I've like messed up sometimes when I was first braiding and they would just come right out. And yeah, this actually works for me, and I hope that it made some sort of sense. So once you are done this part, you really need to take your time. You're putting your hair into boiling hot water. Notice that I put on my robe because I was not trying to burn myself. Then I have my towel to pat that section down, and it's still so freaking hot. If you can get someone to help you with this, that would be great. But again, you take the section and you dip the ends into hot boiling water, and you slowly take the hair out and use a towel to sort of towel dry down the hair. And it kind of helps the Kanekalon to lay straight and the braids to kind of stay the way they are. Now, in order to make this headband, I cut 2 pieces at about 4.5 by 20 inches, and I fold them in half, wrong side towards each other. So wrong side. Then I am sewing down at 1/2 inch seam allowance. Actually, those were right sides together. I don't even know what I was talking about. right sides together, 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then turn them both inside out and go back and sew the pieces, not sew, go back and iron the pieces down so that it can lay nice and flat. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm just sewing. I'm just ironing it down so that it's flat. Now I go back to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew at 1/2 inch seam allowance to make this sort of rounded piece. That's what I'm doing there, just sewing down the side of it. 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now this part is when you take the second piece and you are basically doing this loop around the first one that you have. You're creating this loop, they're overlapping each other, and you want to match up and turn where you sewed, turn it around so that you can't see where you sewed, and then use that to go around with the other piece, go around it, and then you are going to sew at 1/2 inch seam allowance once again. Once you sew down again at your 1/2 inch seam allowance, you want to cut off any excess pieces of thread. And then you can try to do the hair tie part. You take those two elastic bands and you sort of tie them to make a knot around each other. Now this gets tricky. I'm not sure why. It's probably just a mental thing, but once you have it, it looks like that. And what you're going to do is take the headband, wrap it around the elastic band and sew again. And I think this time around at like fold over 1/2 inch and then go as close as you can and sew down. So about 1/8 of an inch is what you're sewing. And do the same thing to the second piece and you should have your nice headband. And it shouldn't cost more than like $5 to make, and I think they're really, really cute and awesome. I really hope you enjoyed the video, something new, something different, and if this is something that you're interested in to see some DIYs, because I've got a ton of them, let me know, comment below, and I will see if I could do like a DIY series. And here's the back view. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Oh, what about the pearl and that pinky keep a secret? Why it ain't no secret if I know you gonna keep it? Oh,